Good morning, everybody, and I hope you're having a great week. I hope you'll join Ali's class today also at 3 o'clock, Lights Along the Way. Very, very interesting, fascinating class. It will help you a lot. Great tools for the types of things that we've been talking about this week, which is choices. You know, we're human beings. And as human beings, there's something that we have that nobody else has. When I say nobody else, I mean not your pet and not the spiritual beings like angels or whatever higher spiritual beings there are that exist in this world. But we human beings are unique because we have a body and a soul, which are pre-programmed to pull us in opposite directions. As a result, we have free will. And that's what makes us special. And that's what makes us human beings. But in order to maintain that balance of free will, there have to be choices that are available to us that are going to pull us in opposite directions. Some choices are going to bring us closer to our Creator. You know, I'll give you an example. Learning Torah. Nothing brings us closer to our Creator than learning His Torah, because His Torah is the expression of His will and His desire for human beings. Prayer, tefillah, brings us very close to God. Doing an act of kindness, chesed, helping somebody else, speaking kindly to somebody instead of speaking in a negative way. These are all, doing a mitzvah, performing a Torah commandment. These are all things that bring us closer to Hashem. But you know what? None of those things taste as good as speaking something really juicy, some juicy gossip about another person. Or sitting back in my lazy boy chair and choosing to tune out tonight and not study Torah or not pray or whatever it is, the physical choices that we make to indulge in physical pleasure or laziness or just whatever is available to us immediately, those are the pleasures that don't lead us anywhere. They're counterfeit pleasures. Now, I'm not saying that Judaism believes in a life of privation and a life of depriving ourselves of physical pleasure. Not at all. In fact, Judaism is very much in favor of the physical pleasures of life. Anyone ever come to someone's house, come to our house for Shabbos? The food is amazing. The wine is amazing. The whiskey is pretty good too. It's great. Herring, cholent, all these challah we eat, we indulge, but we do so as a way of elevating ourselves spiritually. But physical pleasure for the sake of physical pleasure is counterfeit pleasure because it doesn't lead us anywhere. And I'm always faced with a choice at every moment in my life. Which way am I going to go? So I have to make choices. And what the Torah is telling us with the sixth constant mitzvah is, I believe in you. I created you, says God to each and every one of us. I gave you a pure, holy neshama, which is like a high-speed internet connection that you can use to connect to me, the infinite source of pleasure. Infinite pleasure. And you can use that to connect to me. And your soul is what is the way that you make that deep connection. But your soul has to be healthy. And these are the things that you can do to keep your soul healthy. They're called spiritual pleasures. Now, if you think about it, if there's a possibility of infinite pleasure, if we have the possibility, if it's really humanly possible for a person of flesh and blood to plug in and to connect spiritually to the source of all existence, and therefore enjoy and have the privilege of infinite pleasure, then any finite pleasure would be logically worth sacrificing for the possibility of infinite pleasure. And therefore the Torah says, don't follow after your eyes and your heart. Don't sell yourself short. Go for it. Go for pleasure, but go for the highest level of pleasure. Spiritual connection. Figure out what those things are that connect the Jew's soul to their infinite Creator, and go for those, and don't let any of the counterfeit pleasures derail you along the way. Think about it. It's a lot. Have a great day, everybody.